Ladies, come gather close. I have a mic, but it's not brilliant, so I'd like to get you as close as possible. He's a bit of a giggle meister there, isn't he? Good. I've got as close as I can be. I can't get any closer. Look, it's very funny. Right, my lords and ladies, before we start, before we start, big loud cheer on the count of three, and then I'll tell you what you're cheering. I think that's probably the safest way of doing it. So after three, big cheer. 1, 2, 3.
Hey!
Welcome to the Trebuchet.
Hey!
Oh, well done. Said welcome to the Trebuchet.
Hey!
That isn't working. Apologies. Firstly, on behalf of the castle and myself, to take all lightheartedness part, we apologise the machine's not working today. We've got a malfunction in the arm. I'm not quite sure what the issue is. There is an issue, and we've got our engineers looking at it right now to make sure that we can operate the machine. But rather than not do anything at all, what they've asked me to do is said, Mr. Bowman, I'm the bowman here at Warwick, you normally see me on the east front. They've asked me to say, could you go and do a talk about this? It seems someone's told them that I adore these things. I've been working at Castle for 30 years, and this is my favourite bit. I love this. So they've said, would you go and talk to people about it? And I kind of went, yes, of course I can. It's wonderful. However, I'm really lucky. Today, I also have with me, to make sure that everything's done safely and correctly, one of the few people in the country who's actually qualified to operate the machine. Can I hear a big loud cheer? Don't go anywhere, Meg, I want to be able to see you. There you are. Can I hear a big loud cheer for the Trebuchet Master of Warwick Castle, Meg, right there?
Hey!
You can see by her commanding presence. She actually controls this machine with a willet and a rod of iron. She takes care of the safety of her whole crew all around there. They trust her implicitly with all the instructions that she gives. And we trust her with incredible responsibility. But the one thing she made absolutely clear to me when she came down here, she says, I do all that, that's what I do. I don't talk to the public, I'm scared. So Meg is there to make sure I do it right. But, she might ask questions at the end, but I can't, no, she's not going to do it. So I get to be a Trebuchet master, which is really cool. We'll get to that bit in a minute. My lords and ladies, we also have for us two gentlemen there. You can see by their action pose that they're expecting just to stand there. But no, there are winders in the wheel, and they thought today they've got away with winding. But I've got news for them, they haven't. We're going to be doing a little bit of winding, and they're going to be doing it. So that's Harry and James. Give them a big cheer, please.
Hey!
In a minute, they won't be happy. I had the great pleasure of being known as the Warwick Castle Bowman, but today I'm known as the Treb Herald. Why? Because of this machine. This is a trebuchet. The word trebuchet means to overthrow or throw over. That's the point of trebuchets. We can go through a castle wall, we can go under it, but this really is meant to go over it, or send things over it. This machine stands 18 metres tall, weighs 22 tons. The frame is made of 8 oak trees. Our arm here is made of 2 ash trees. It is a monster. Over 300 individually crafted pieces are held together with wedges, pegs and clamps. This is a tension fit, this device. It's basically an IKEA flat pack.
Dad, give me that.
You'll notice the wedges in all the body structure right here. We've also got all the clamps on here. The only concession, we've made few concessions to modern day safety. Note the stainless steel nuts on here. That wouldn't be there obviously in the 14th and 13th century. This technology belongs in the 13th century. If you went back to the 1200s now, went back to the time of John, went back to the time of Henry III, even Edward I took the crown in 1271. This is what you'll be using. Indeed, Edward I used this machine, or machine like it, to actually bring down the walls of Stirling Castle, called Warwolf.
Woo!
Thank you. You don't get this kind of drama at the RSC in Stratford, you know that? And Shakespeare's not this historically accurate. Let's try that again. Big loud ooh when I say, Edward I used a massive machine called Warwolf.
Woo!
Oh, well done, that's cracking. And he helped crack the water sterling. However, this one here, we just send a 18-kilo boulder sailing down the castle grounds towards that side of the island. We send a boulder that's 18 kilos in weight. From a standing start, it will hit 150 miles an hour and it will travel just under 160 meters that way.
Whoa.
If we get a really heavy blast of wind, and wind is the only reason we'll tend to stop loosing this machine, but if we get a really heavy burst of wind, we can send this boulder that I've got here that much further. In theory, if we're not careful, we could hit the M40. Can you imagine the headlines? BBC News. Motorways madness caused by medieval trebuchet. That would be great. The reason why this machine is so powerful is because it's a counterweight. If we go back in history, the Romans, for example, were great at using tension technology. A tension technology is basically a ballista. So imagine you've got a limb, you pull it back, the power your machine is only as strong as the limb. That's it. So great, a big spear or a small rock against a wall like this, great, the defenders on it. But if you wanted to get the wall itself, a ballista's not good enough. You can't get a strong enough limb and then bend it back enough. Nothing nearly powerful enough. So maybe you could use torsion powered. That is ropes, twisted, storing energy to twist them, slowly bringing down an arm. Imagine an onager, that sort of siege engine. Bit more powerful, bit more efficient in its energy. However, once you ratcheted that arm down, you placed that big heavy boulder on it and pulled it back. Again, it's not powerful enough to get through a wall. Look at the south side of Warwick Castle. That's extraordinary, that view. But look at the foundations of it, the bulwarks. You're never going to get through that. You need something with more power. So we have to leave the world of tension and torsion behind. And we have to move on to a counterweight. And that's what this is. The only thing better than this is a cannon. And we're moving to modern day there. This is the daddy of all trebuchets, of all siege engines. The way it works is quite simple. We have these wheels here. One big crane wheel, another big crane wheel. Connecting both wheels is an axle. This rope here would go to a pulley at the back, and then it would roll, it would attach to that axle. Men walking in these wheels. The action of the wheels would turn the axle. As it turns the axle, the rope spools onto it, pulling down on that heavy throwing arm. Hopefully that's quite simple in your mind's eye. Have you got it?
Yeah.
Or, I was hoping you'd say no.
No.
Let me ask the question again. Pretend I didn't answer that. I hadn't asked that. Guys, pretend you hadn't heard that. All right. That description I've just given you of men walking in the wheels, turning the axle, spooling the rope, and pulling down on the arm. It's quite easy to follow. Have you got it?
No.
You know what you need. There's that famous adage, one picture, 1,000 words. Yes?
Yeah.
Would you like to see someone walking in these wheels?
Yeah.
On a hot day like today?
Yeah.
I thought I might get a no there, but no. I said, and I want a bigger, louder yes than this. Do you want to see someone walking in these wheels on a hot day like this?
Yeah.
Meg, have we got anyone who can do that? I think so. You do? Harry, have we got anyone who can do that? You don't know. James, do you know anyone who might want to do that? You don't know? Well, we're going to find out. On the command of 3, you're all going to... What is it?
Wind into your wheels.
So everyone, the command is, and this is what you're going to channel your inner Meg. This is her command that she gives. Winders to your wheels. And believe it or not, this has such a reaction. These gentlemen will behave like leaping gazelles. I'm building this up just a bit, aren't I? Leaping gazelles they will be, and you'll see them jump into the wheels. Winders to your wheels after 3. 1, 2, 3.
Winders to your wheels.
No. Stop! You two! That was shocking! I want my action man! I want gazelles! Not, I'll take it easy and walk in. So, I'm sorry you had to see that, everybody. I'm going to get on, don't R them. Don't you dare R them. No! I know what these two are like! Don't you dare R them! Shut up! Have you got your family in? Is that what's going on? See what you started. Right on the count of 3, winders to your wheels, really bark it out. Let's get these 2 lazy R's. I mean, look, can you working. 1, 2, 3.
Winders to your wheels.
You almost went over. Get in those wheels, you lazy dogs! Winders! Oh, he's not in there yet, is he? Come on, James, in you get, mate. Any moment, we're going to get them started. Winders, are you ready?
All ready!
Right, the next command is walk on. As loud as you can, please, after 3. Walk on. 1, 2, 3.
Walk on.
Walk on and see them move up the wheels. Now, each wheel weighs 1 ton. The arm itself weighs 1 ton. The box, about 5 tons in all. That's 7 tons. These gentlemen are moving. These wheels are crane wheels. We use these wheels to actually build castles. We're now going to use them to destroy. The motion of moving the wheels turns that axle. That rope falls onto that axle, pulling down on that throwing arm. It's hard work. Not dangerous, but hard. Having said that, the guys are working really hard here today. Have you seen enough?
No.
Right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to count down 6 revolutions from this one here as it comes round. With me. 1. Here it comes, nice and loud.
2.
2. This one here.
3.
Louder. You watch it, Harry, here it comes.
4.
Even louder, here it comes. This
5.
really big one now.
6.
Steady on brakes. And hold. Excellent. Are we going to give them a round of applause, please? Now, this is up to the Trebuchet mistress. Are we going to leave them in there, or are we going to get them out?
Leave them.
Oh, you guys are vindictive today. Except for you. Winders, leave the wheels. Out you come. Give them a round of applause, please, as they come out. So, Harry and James have worked really hard moving that wheel. I say each wheel weighs about a ton. The counterweight box, it weighs a ton with 5 tons of ballast, and the arm weighs a ton. So about 7.5 tons are being moved by these people. Slowly but surely, that arm will come down to the A-frame at the back. For me, this is the best bit. Everybody, shuffle along to the rear of the device right here. I have been given permission. Oh, I'm Meg now. When Meg's in charge, and our other Trebuchet masters, this is the business end of the device. They're watching the rotation of the device. They're making sure the safety of the people that are in there as well. I'm a little light-hearted about it. It's incredibly serious. And at some point during our presentations, our show goes from a sort of reenactment of a trebuchet to an actual trebuchet. It goes from being a demonstration to a weapon. Every time we do it, make no mistake, it's exactly what happens. You see, once we've got the arm locked down here, we then need to apply the trigger. Now the arm's here and the hook's down about where you guys are here, yeah? Now we've got a little D-ring in there. So this is the trigger, and this goes in like so. So you can imagine it's inserted into the arm, into the D-ring that's collared the arm. Then we take out our safety pin, and that is going to go in there. That's going to help hold the trigger in place. So that's a nice safety, that pin is there. We then would also have another chain on here as an extra, just to make sure that it's secure. So we're still secure. We have 3 safeties. We have the pin, we have the chain, and we have this rope here that we've used to pull it down. It's now an encumbrance, it's in the way. We need to get rid of it, because if we don't, nothing's going to happen. What are we going to do? Are we going to cut it off with a sword?
No!
Thank you. Right answer. No! If I cut it off with a sword, I've got to put another rope on. How am I going to do that when the arm's up there? So you're right, we don't cut it off. Maybe I send a child up in a red t-shirt. What's your name, you child in a red t-shirt? Jason. Maybe I send a young child in a red t-shirt up called Jason to the top of there and to tie on a new rope. What do you say, Jason?
No.
Yeah, that's what He's going, yeah, I'll do it, mate. What we do quite simply is we get our winders back in the wheels, they face the opposite direction, and they unwind the rope they've just wound on. It's that simple. Now we've got, have they rested? Where are they? My lords and ladies, on the count of 3, winders to your wheels as loud as you can. They think they're finished. 1, 2, 3!
Winders to your wheels!
Yes! No, don't! I'm kidding. I wouldn't make you do it again. But they would unwind the rope they've wound up. Once they've done that, we're almost ready to go. We're still, as it were, in safe mode. Why? Because we've still got 2 safeties on. It's not a weapon yet. What we do is we take off the chain. So that's gone. The rope's gone, the chain's gone. It's got the trigger, but that's held in place by this. This is where it gets really dangerous. We will have set our boulder in the trough, we will have hooked it onto the throwing arm. Our crew then move out the way, and our trebuchet mistress will take off the chain, and then, this is where, for our trebuchet master, it gets dangerous. Everyone else has cleared out the path. What she'll do is she'll lift this up, and she'll take that out, putting it out the way, and the weight of the arm will hold that trigger in place. Obviously, it's not there, so it's going to come down, like so. This is now a live device. This is a live weapon. I'm often asked, why can't we come over here for the show? This is the reason why. It's now a weapon of tremendous power. If anything goes wrong, anyone round here will pay the price. Really quite something. Right, that's this bit done. We then pull this rope, pull the trigger, and we send a big heavy boulder all the way down the length of the island. As I say, from 0 miles an hour, 150 miles an hour, like that. That's what 7 tons of ballast will do. And that's only half full. I can fill that for 10 tons. Then let's have a look at what we throw. Everybody. Oh, Meg, cheers for that. I enjoyed doing that. Cool. Right, back round this way here. Just move around a little bit now. We're almost there.
I can't. Someone's...
We then get to throw something from it. What are we going to throw?
Michael.
Well, we could throw a child.
Yeah!
That was a bit worrying. Every parent was going, oh, I've got one. Yeah. This is what we normally throw. Big 18-kilo rock. Who wants to catch? This is an 18-kilo rock, and I say we go about 150, 160 meters. We have anchored this a little bit with this rope. This rope will attach to the hook on the end of the arm, and as it goes through the air, it will pull it down. We're restricting the depth that we go. About 160 meters is where we want to be as such. But it's only 18 kilos. They're going to do something closer to 60 or 70 kilos. In theory, up to 100 kilos, but you're stressing the machine at that point. 1 release every 6 minutes. 10 releases in an hour from 1 machine. If you've got 2 or 3 of these, well, you can see that wall will soon crack. Once that wall cracks, I then send my army in. You guys are my army. Will you fight with a sword?
Yeah!
I expect a big loud yes on this. I said, will you fight with a sword?
Yeah!
Will you fight with an axe?
Yeah!
Will you die for me?
No!
It's all gone wrong. However, you all go in, you take over the castle, and my lords and ladies, we have a castle!
Yay!
With a hole in the wall. Not really a castle, is it really? So there are other things that we can... Remember what I said trebuchet means? Overthrow, or throw over. Don't really want to break a wall down if we can avoid it. I want to keep damage to a minimum if possible. So I might send over fire, burn out all the wooden structures, the wood and the thatch. But even that, causing a massive conflagration, that might do more damage than I really want. There are other options with this machine. I could turn it into a machine of terror. What I could do is maybe you send out an emissary. I don't like the emissary. I knock him out. I put him in the machine and I send him back the quick way. Imagine that. You're thinking, oh my word, this man's terrible. We better accede to his demands. Or I could turn it into a machine of disease. I could send out rotting carcasses of animals sailing over the castle walls, trying to hit the water supply, poisoning you, forcing you out. But if I take over a castle, I've then got a well full of poisoned meat. Not great. I've got another option, which is terrible. What I could do is this. We ring the castle with men. We siege it for weeks on end. And we have lots of craftsmen like potters and carpenters. And our potters, they'll start making clay pots. Because at some point, the latrine will be full. You can see where I'm going with this. I take those pots and I fill them full of poo. Did someone say Timothy? I fill them full of Timothy. That is a great word, if I may say. I fill them full of poo, and I say, put pots of poo on the here, and I send them sailing over the castle wall. They break on the cobbled streets, and you get covered in Timothy. Does that sound terrible? Yeah. Does it sound Does it sound like the worst thing I could do?
No.
Or have I just made a horrible history's type poo gang? Believe it or not, I finished with the worst. That is the worst thing I can do. Do you know why? Those soldiers have got dysentery. Dysentery is a killer in the Middle Ages. It's virulent, it's redolent, and it's a killer. They called it the bloody flux. They called it soldier sickness. The most powerful king in the 15th century, one of them, Henry V himself, would not die on the end of a sword or a lance or in combat. He would die from dysentery-related illnesses. They called it soldier sickness or the bloody flux. I'm not sending over poo for alarm. I'm sending over the worst form of germ warfare that I know. Right, my lords and ladies, I probably talked a great deal about this. Yeah, trust me, I could talk a lot more. But I'm going to draw this presentation to a close. I will hang on for a few minutes afterwards if you've got any particular questions you want me to ask that I've not answered. But in a moment, I'm going to ask you to vacate the island so we can get ready for the jousting in a moment. But before we do that, can I hear, firstly, a big loud cheer? She hates it, but stand so everyone can see you. Stand up there. Can I hear a big loud cheer? Come back. Also, I don't know where they are. There's somewhere around here. Can I have a general big cheer for our winders? Harry! And my lords and ladies, I expect to get the biggest, the loudest cheer for me. Yay! Enjoy the rest of your day. And I say, in a moment, I'm going to ask you to vacate the island just so we can get ready for the jousting. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.